Good afternoon and welcome to Willow's Green Permaculture. Here I've got some millet to share with you. This is one of my favorite grains. So come join us as we harvest, process, thresh, and make flour from millet. So if this is something you're interested in, then let's get started. Millet is probably the easiest grain to grow and one of the most delicious. It germinates easily, it grows quickly, you can plant it thickly. It's a very beautiful plant. It's good to plant it up against other plants that stay upright easily, like sorghum or amaranth, as you see here. There's sorghum behind that's already harvested in this garden, and there's amaranth on either side. We also used little trellises and stuff if you want it to really stand up straight so that it's beautiful, because the strands hang down. They're just beautiful, full of seeds, really easy to thresh, really easy to harvest. It's as easy as cutting long grass. The plant is small relative to the amount of grain you get. You get a whole lot of grain for a plant that has a really tiny stem. As you can see here, Magali is harvesting some of it, and you can see how small the stems are, but how much grain is on at the end of each one of them. Stay tuned to after the conclusion of the video, when I put on the nice quiet music to just finish it off, to see Magali and me organizing the harvest into all of these bouquets. Here you can see that we've used the millet leaves to wrap up the bouquets. It makes a beautiful bouquet, but check out how easy it is to thresh millet. Here we go. Watch this. So here is a strand of millet. Really beautiful, a whole bunch of them. And now watch how easy it is to thresh this. And almost no chaff. Love this stuff. There we go. What you got left over is just this little stem. Okay, let's just keep going. So easy. Here's another one. It just comes all apart. All seed. This is the only chaff, really, just the stem. A few little pieces of stem in there. But there we go. Look at all this beautiful millet that you can make into flour. Make bread out of it. Add it to your bread recipes, your muffin recipes, your pancake recipes. Half wheat flour, half millet. I got all this other stuff to thresh too right here. But I'm gonna make this into some flour. It's so easy, you can do it with one hand. Beautiful millet. You can eat this raw, or you can make it into a flour and add it to all of your baking recipes. You know, replace part of your wheat flour with this. It'll give you extra vitamins, minerals, protein. It's always good to vary what you eat. You could toast this in the oven, roast it lightly, eat it for as cereal in the morning as well. Let's taste some of it. Very good. You can add this to your cereal. You could just Put this in a bowl with some milk. Eat it for cereal. Some fruit and stuff. Or like I said, you could toast it in the oven first. I've seen puffed millet as well. I don't know how that's done. I wonder if you can pop it too. Maybe popped millet is puffed millet. Now, I'm gonna make some flour out of it using our Sumit blender. You could probably make flour using a regular kitchen blender, but it just won't make as fine a flour as this one does. Let's pour this in. I think this is gonna make a good flour in less than a minute, so we'll see how it goes. So there we have it. We got our millet in there. It's not too much. Put the lid on. Time it for about a minute. So here goes. Turn it on high. That was about a minute. There's heat in there. There we are. Look at that. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. Now I can feel that it's warm. And because it's warm, well, if you want to put this into a jar, into a bag or something like that to store it, you want to let it cool off first. Let it sit open for at least several hours before you close up the jar, because you don't want it warm inside the jar, inside the bag, because if it's warm, any moisture in the air is going to condense onto the flour as it dries, as it cools, I should say. When it's hot like this, it's going to attract the moisture in the air. So as it cools down, that moisture is going to condense and it's not going to be dry anymore. So you want to make sure that it cools off first. Let's have a look at this flour. Very nice. Oh, look at this, just beautiful. So add this to any of your baking recipes. Bread, cake, cookies, pancakes, whatever. You know, a quarter of your flour could be, you could replace with this, or half of your flour you could replace with this, or I'd say anything less than half would work really well. So let's taste this flour. Very nutty, very nice, delicious. Millet, it's a really easy grain to grow. It's a beautiful grain as well. Purple millet's one of my favorite. Lots of people just grow it because it's pretty. My first couple of years, I just liked it because it was pretty. But it's delicious too. Okay, let's throw this millet into a jar. And then I'm gonna thresh some more. There we go. Some nice millet. Now, made sure to keep a whole bunch of nice ones for seed for next year, for this year actually, because it's February. So this should be enough. This probably got hundreds and hundreds of seeds here. So it's going to give me hundreds and hundreds of plants. And so that's all I need. That's going to give us a lot of millet for next year, for this coming fall. Looking forward to that. However, we've got all this stuff that I can thresh so easy. This is an even easier way to thresh it. Watch. Just like you were playing with grass seed. Comes off so easily. I did it more slowly earlier because I wanted you to see how it looked. But really, this is all you need to do. This one I'm also going to keep for seed. I like those ones that have that spiral pattern that they've created. And it's really, really visible. And those were the really, really healthy plants. All this millet is good. Just some of them got smaller seeds. Not a big deal. There we have it. As you can see, it's all fogged up there. I'm just going to keep that jar open. and also mix it while it cools down. We're actually going to use this flour in the next few days. If I were planning on keeping this flour in the jar for several months, then I probably would have put it into a large bowl first to let it cool before putting it into the jar. However, it's going to be fine for a few days in there. Okay, last batch. And there we have it, some nice millet flour. And that was just from a handful of plants in a small garden. There was maybe about 100 plants. Millet plants are small, so they don't take up much space. Each stem gives you all of this, which is really nice. And it's a small stem that gives you lots of seed. I'm going to leave the lid off. Magali leaves the lid off for 3 or 4 days. Stay tuned for our next video, in which I will be filming Magali making some amaranth bread, some millet bread, and some millet pizza. Well, that was millet. Hope you liked the video. Hope you found it useful and you learned something from it. If you liked it, then please share it with your friends and give it the thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, then subscribe to our channel. Support what we do here just by subscribing. And don't forget to leave a comment. I love to read your comments and answer your questions. I also learn a lot from very many of you who have so much to share, so much interesting information to share. It's just a lot of fun having a conversation with all of you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.
Running around on the spinning wheel with your cards close to you.